And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner here of Ley Lines, we have the red Terran player for the Platinum Heroes. It is Nicoract. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the Italian the Italian Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Streamer Zone. It is BabyMarine. Go any free in the chat. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we get into our Terran versus Terran matchup. Coming into this, I do lean a little bit more towards Nicoract. He has been a lot more in form, has been very, very active. He's been on that grind, competing in almost everything. BabyMarine less so. BabyMarine has been taking some more time off. I will say he's still a very talented player, and he's still a very strong player in his own rights. I mean, it's a mirror matchup. Anything can and will happen. Let's go. Let us go. For now, double gas to open out of BabyMarine. Meanwhile, Nicoract going for a Rax Expand, more of an economic start. And so, oh, never mind. I assumed Rax Expand. No, he's going 2 Rax. Okay, so 2 Rax Reaper out of Nicoract. Meanwhile, Faster Factory out of BabyMarine. Now, when it, oh geez, we're doubling down even harder here. That's a little bit unfortunate. So a couple things in TvT, there's a lot of these kind of like rock paper scissors scenarios. There's a reason why Clem, he got bullied out of TvT and he hasn't played TvT in over a year because of that kind of situation. Here, this would hard counter a proxy. So if BabyMarine was going for a proxy, or if BabyMarine was going for an economic opener, he'd be in trouble. But he's not. He's going for double gas, he's going for a faster factory, he's blindly going for a safer start and a safer build. So Nicoract was hoping that he could try to catch BabyMarine off guard, and that's not going to be the case. Now, of course, it still comes down to unit control, 100%. If Nicoract can catch the first Reaper and catch the first Hellion, that can be game, but it's going to be more difficult to pull this off. The pressure is very much so on Nicoract here as he does rally. Meanwhile, BabyMarine, he's going into Reacted Reaper himself. Which means there's less of a chance he gets caught out. Nicoract moves in, and Nicoract, he can threaten. He scouts, he confirms no low ground CC, goes up the ramp, he confirms the high ground command center, he confirms the factory, he sees, he knows. He will still delay the command center. And can he get one? Oh, not quite. It doesn't quite get it. Takes a lot of damage, and Nicoract loses the first Reaper. Brutal start for Nicoract. Now, what's important here is that BabyMarine, he doesn't know how many Reapers are out there. He doesn't know how committed Nicoract is. So Nicoract can still catch BabyMarine with his pants down. Going back in. Can he get the Hellion? Hellion, oh, gets caught. Yeah, move command. Yeah, the Hellion's on move command. A massive pickup. Takes down the Hellion. And he's going in. He's going into the bases. Nothing to defend. Reaper, likewise, they get across the map as well. SCVs are going down. Ooh, but here comes a Hellion. Yeah, again, the factory here is just a big tech structure here for BabyMarine. A big power spike with all those Hellions. Reaper goes down. BabyMarine is making more SCVs. Yeah, 6 SCV kills. Ay, ay, ay. Oh my god. Nicoract, he tries to rush through. Does attempt to, but now there are 2 Hellions. The Reapers line up, and with that, BabyMarine, he holds. He doesn't just hold on. Remember, there's a CC. The CC is almost done. Nicoract, he's all in. And this build just has not paid off. Has not worked out well. Reapers are denied. And GG. Yeah, GG gets called. The writing is on the wall. And BabyMarine takes game number 1. Whew, GG. And as you mentioned, like, there is that kind of like rock, paper, scissors aspect of TvT. And there was a big gamble. That was a big gamble for Nicoract. As we mentioned, Nicoract, he was hoping for 2 things. He was hoping for either a proxy out of BabyMarine or hoping for an economic opener. Wasn't either one. It was a safer build out of BabyMarine. He was going double gas into a faster factory, even went reactor first instead of Reaper first, so was even that much more safer. Made sure he didn't get caught out with his first Reaper either, and yeah, with that BabyMarine he was able to shut Nicoract down. GG, well played. And now we're getting into game number 2. Let's go. As the BabyMarine does take a lead. Does take a lead in the series. And now we're getting into that second game. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Tokamak, we have the Red Terran for the Platinum Heroes. Down in the series, we'll see if he can bounce back. It is Nicoract. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Terran player, the Italian Terran for Streamer Zone, leading the series 1-0. It is BabyMarine. We go, and welcome one and all to Tokamak. Tokamak is one of the larger maps in the map pool. Larger map, longer rush distance by ground, very defensive map as well. And if we were to slow things down and get into a longer, later game, this would be it. This would be the map for it. No boy. Raxes are back at home. No proxy. No proxies here from either players. Not yet. Here we go. Oh, workers move out, and from here, double gas open out of BabyMarine, double gas open out of Nicoract. This time, mirrored builds, faster factories all around, safer starts, more tech heavy starts, and from here, we're getting into our own early game. Gonna get into the early game, we can then expand, get our natural bases. SCV Scout does confirm, and Nicoract likewise also confirms. So both players scout each other, both players get eyes on the factories. We know what's going on. We're good to go. Now, what are the chances we get into mech? What are the... nah. Should be by a tank. It's typically the direction our players head in. We have seen Nicoract play mech before, especially battle mech, but, you know, that was a different patch, different time, when battle mech was more viable, of course, as well. Hello. Okay. For now, we're going into Reactor Reaper Hellion. Likewise, so is BabyMarine. So far, mirrored builds continue. They do continue. Nicoract does fan out. Likewise, so does BabyMarine. It is considered unwise to commit here, as BabyMarine, he'll shoot first. Yeah, massive volley. Does shoot first, and Nicoract has to get the hell out of here. Has to pull away. Has to pull back. BabyMarine is on the chase. Does attempt to chase him down. Meanwhile, he'll be almost losing one of his aliens. Yeah, does lose one. And Nicoract holds. And Nicoract, he will hold on. This was no extension here from BabyMarine, losing all his Reapers. They do trade back and forth. And from here, we're getting to our drop play. Early tank out of our Red Terran. Now going for his early drop. We'll move out, and looks like our players, they have deviated here. We do have Raven production on the way from BabyMarine. We had the earlier medevac out of Nicoract going for his drop, likewise early tank production as well. Instead, BabyMarine, he went for safety Cyclones. So Cyclones are amassing. With that, it's going to be a safer start out of the blue Terran, and he might be able to catch the medevac. Go drop into the main base. Medevac gets into the mineral line. So far, gets 3, 4, 5 SCVs. Gets 5 workers. Now going for the Raven as well. The Raven is barely going to go down. And not a bad trade. Not a bad trade here. Takes on the Raven, takes on 5 SCVs. 30 CC is now on the way for the blue Terran player. And Nicoract this entire time has been focusing on his tank production. So he'll be up by 2 tanks. 30 CCs on the way. The next kind of big wave of aggression should be by the time BabyMarine attempts to take his 3rd base. When he tries to expand, it should be on Nicoract to be there to punish. That should be. Just because of his tank lead. Both players getting into bio. Pasture Stim out of BabyMarine. Pasture Stim. Once we're building up, here comes the mass on siege. As we mentioned, this is when Nicoract should be pushing. Now claiming his 3rd. Both players have interference matrix. BabyMarine should soon be expanding himself. And we'll see if Nicoract does move out. I mean, hey, he's got 5 tanks to 0. Like, that's like that. He has a crazy tank lead right now. This would be his time. I was waiting for Stim. Yep, there's a scan. He sees the setup. He sees 0 tanks. Now he gets scanned himself, so he does siege. Scan runs out. Stim is finishing. Oh, we're just... Okay, never mind. We're just chilling back. BabyMarine going for his own drop. And we're just going to slow down. We're just going to continue. Against 6 tanks to 1. Obviously, the Ravens make up for that, but it goes both ways. As here comes Nicoract's move out. At the same time, does he have much of him to defend? Oh. Armies do meet each other. Nicoract forces siege. Drop into the main. And SCVs are going down. Nice damage. Gets us to 9, 10, 11 SCVs. Yeah, he's going to get the entire mineral line here. Brutal damage. At the same time, Nicoract dropping across the map. Nicoract, he's racing back home. Combat shields is denied. Toss unloading the main. And then it was 18 SCV kills. And what does Nicoract get done? Gets a gas geyser. Oh. Unable to drop. Oh, gets a Raven. Okay. Gets Raven, and here comes the main army. Again, Nicoract, he's committed. He's committed. He lost too much. We got to send it across the map. 3rd base is denied. Denies a 3rd. Does get the tank. That's disabled. Gets one. Gets two. Barely. Yeah, just barely in time. The boys are being pulled. We have the counter disables as well. Nicoract, he stims in, gets one of the tanks, gets one, and does get both tanks. Both tanks go down, and Nicoract, he's here to end the game. We'll lose his own third CC. We're getting chaotic. Uh-oh. We're getting rowdy. Back at home, CC goes down. Nicoract is pushing in. Does go for the mass siege. Oof. And again, he should have done it here. Takes down the ranks, getting within range of the rest of the production. There's one more tank on the way. BabyMarine is racing back, but again, he just cannot deal with this army. Not without disables. There's two Ravens. He's holding onto that energy. Reinforcements also on the way. Doesn't get caught out. And throughout all this, Nicoract, he's got 2 base mining, he's got a better economy, better saturation. Sure, technically BabyMarine has a higher SCV count, but he's all in the main. As you can see, 56 workers in the main base. Heavily oversaturated. Speaking of, Nicoract, he rotates over to that third. Takes down the tank. The rest of the army comes in for the surround, and BabyMarine, he should lose everything here. As Marines get shut down, GG gets called, and Nicoract ties up the series. We are going to the ace match. Whew, GG. We're going to the ace match. We're going into game number 3. Again, I was a little bit concerned that Nicoract was going to be too passive. Like, he did have a massive advantage when it came to the strength of his army. He was waiting for a stim. We had the double jump across the map, but in the end, he thankfully did move out, was able to flex his greater army. Yes, BabyMarine, he was able to get some counter damage done. If you remember, he killed so many SCVs with the drop into the main. He crippled the economy, but the main army was still heavily in favor of Nicoract. GG. GG, well played. Again, Nicoract, remember, he was in a way kind of cutting corners. He did decide to stay on a lower cyclone count, go into really fast tank production, and with that he maintained that tank lead. GG. GG, well played. Now we're getting into the ace match, and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Maganatha, we have the red Terran player. With the red Terran representing the Planet of Heroes, it is Nicoract. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Terran player, the blue Terran himself. For Streamer Zone, it is BabyMarine. Oh, hello. Interesting rally here. He ends up behind the mineral line. Second SCV moves out proxy. Okay, he's going for the proxy ranks in the natural. Let's go. He is committing. He's got his 2 SCVs. There we go. Proxy at the third base location. Now, this is where if we had game 1 and Nicoract went for 3 racks back at home, he would shut this down. The Gamba, but he's going double gas. Okay, double gas opener. What does that mean? That means that Nicoract, he's going for a faster factory. He's going for a delayed commencer. This is a safe build out of Nicoract. He has the tools to defend. He has the tools. It comes down to the micro. It comes down to the control. Meanwhile, 2 racks Reaper out of BabyMarine. SCV moves out for our scouts, and we'll move across the map. We'll not see the proxy. Now, say it comes down to the micro, it comes down to the execution. Nicoract has to be very careful with his first Reaper, as he is rallied across. Oh, okay, that is dangerous. That is scary for Nicoract, as he'll have that much less to defend back at home. If he keeps a rally, SCV does confirm the Rex is missing, and Nicoract, he does still maintain that rally. There we go. Okay, does reroute. He's checking one of the proxy locations here on the right hand side. Bunker on the high ground, a very nice read. Sees nothing here. Nothing on the right. Reaper does slip in. Gets one SCV. Oh! Yeah, he gets one worker so far. Gets up to 2. Ooh, does trade 1-1. Better trade here for BabyMarine. But last he wants more than that, he will lose the second Reaper. Does trade 2 for 2. Hellion pops out, and Nicoract holds. And Nicoract, he does hold on. Starport is on the way for a counterattack. And BabyMarine's in a rough position here. There's that CC on the way as well. BabyMarine likewise going to be expanding. Yeah, nice catch. Hellion shots going off. Oof. Gets another Reaper. And another. And BabyMarine, he's just running out of units here. Back at home, working towards the Cyclone. There's a lift. Cyclones are on the way for both players. Nicoract, he should be the first to move out. He's not going the medevac, he's going for the Raven instead. Interesting. The Raven follow-up. And again, this is just a shaky start here for the Blue Terran, for BabyMarine. Very shaky. As Nicoract, he's landing his own CC. BabyMarine, his is just not finishing. Not landing, not too far behind. Not too far off. Oh, so we're macking it up, Jesus. Okay, we have Macfield accelerators on the way. That's not the biggest tell, but what is of course hyperflight rotors. There's a higher chance, I should emphasize, that we're going to be getting to another factory, but we'll see. We'll keep an eye on the Blue Terran. But now nice Falcons, very nice. Does shut down some of those Hellions. Third TC is on the way. Jesus. So we should be seeing more factories here. Ay, ay, ay. This tank production has begun. BabyMarine's moving out. We have a slightly later third TC here by Nicoract. I'm still not entirely sold on the setup that we're getting into. There it is, mech. So factory's on the way into mech. The reactor on the racks was throwing me off. I was like, are we going into marine production? No. Getting into mech. Likewise, nice lock-ons. BabyMarine, he does that trade. Now, before BabyMarine can really embrace mech, he's vulnerable because of his faster third CC. And Nicoract, he's up to 3, I believe. Yeah, 3 Ravens. Nicoract, he can break this. He can disable the tank. He can disable the Cyclones even. This is a terrifying move out. Uh-oh. Advances into main base. SCVs are going to be going down. Nicoract, he commits. Lock-ons on the Ravens. Mass disable. Auto charge as well. Did unsiege in time. The tank does not get away. And there's one tank left. There's one tank in the main. At the same time, SCVs aren't going down, going for stim. So stim is being denied. Oh, the Ravens are under fire. Does he notice in time? Does he notice? Oh no! Yeah, it goes in. Throws down a couple of auto turrets. Does force some friendly fire. But the Ravens are thrown away. Okay, throws away the Ravens. At the same time, Banshees is still wreaking havoc. There's barely any anti-air. These Banshees, they can end the game. He's going for it. Again, there's only a handful of Marines to defend, and they're vanilla. They're vanilla Marines. There's no stim. Factory will fall, but remember, there's extra factories. There's already 2 tanks. Okay, Viking does defend. And we're in a really weird game state here. BabyMarine, he's stuck on 1 base, but he does have a much healthier worker count. Nicoract's on 2, but no efficient mining. Liberation has arrived. Nicoract is being bullied back. Oof. He will lose both tanks? Both tanks go down. And BabyMarine he's holding is also building up a better army. Things are very chaotic, and Nicoract, he had potential, but he threw away all 3 Ravens, right? All 3 Ravens, they went down. He did not push into the main. And the Banshees were the MVPs. The Banshees, they killed 26 SCVs. Crazy. Stim is still not yet done. Lock-ons are brutal. BabyMarine landing is 3rd CC, let's go. Does attempt to land his 3rd. I get spotted. As Liberation gets across the map, denies any kind of mining. We have the branches moving out as well. At the same time, Nicoract, he is pushing. This time with stim. We have almost 10 minutes stim. Gibbs. Pushing forward, Sims under the CC, will get a kill. Kill the command center. No shot, the game slows down from here. No shot. I mean, we'll see if Nicoract can deny the 3rd base again. Like, that was a big moment for him. Now he can land his own. Nicoract, he's been struggling economically for quite some time now, but it's catching up. Banshee back in. Nicoract committing. Yes, Nicoract is still looking for a way in. And what's important here is that Nicoract, he has no intention of actually breaking this position. It's all about containing, right? He's got a 3rd. He's getting a 3rd base up and running. Nicoract is enjoying a better economy. And he's just containing the Terran player, the BabyMarine, I should say, on 2 bases. As he's stuck with pure tank. It's got his Liberators there. We'll zone away. BabyMarine does have a terrifying army, but Nicoract has mobility on his side. There is a way into the main. Anyway, stepping in. Yeah, does go for the dive, collapsing on the tanks. Tries to rush through, and he will get 4. The all 4 tanks go down. Gets the 5th and 6th tank as well. Yeah, barely all 6 tanks. And with that, he doesn't break the natural, but once again, what is the goal here? Deny the 3rd. Deny the 3rd base, that's it. That is the goal. BabyMarine still stuck on 2 bases. And Nicoract ideally can outproduce. BabyMarine does try to move out. Once again, Nicoract stims in. This time, this feels a little bit premature. Yeah, Nicoract, he does not have enough. Yeah, not this time. Nicoract, he does misjudge. He will throw away everything. Oof. Yeah, this was not worth it. Not the second time around. BabyMarine expands. BabyMarine, he expands. Now he can saturate his 3rd base. Nicoract, he throws away most of his army. Yeah, unfortunately, to just misjudge the situation, misjudge the attack. That's the main? Yes. That's the main base floating over. Let's go. Floats over the main base. Banshee gets across the map. Nicoract, he doesn't really have much to defend. Racing back over. 12 SCVs. 13. Oof. And there's barely any mining going on here. Banshee from one end, Liberators from the other. Blue Flame is on the way. Settling into the mech. Nicoract is trying to move in. Does rotate. Tanks are not quite in position. There is potential here. Yes, stims in, but he's pushing into too many tanks. And with that, GG gets called. BabyMarine, he will defend, he will shut this down, and he will advance on to the next round. GG. Whew. On GG, well played. A very chaotic, very intense, very back and forth TvT here between BabyMarine and Nicoract. They both had their own moments, of course. Nicoract, he did have a really nice job when it came to the follow-up after all the chaos had ensued, when it came to collapsing on those 6 tanks. But again, did kind of misjudge the strength of his army, did misjudge how much he was pushing into for the second wave, and ended up losing that lead. He lost his army, he lost all of his momentum, and with that, BabyMarine was able to settle into his own 3rd base and just snowball from there. GG, well played. Congratulations to BabyMarine. And with that, we are halfway through the broadcast. We just wrapped up our TvT, and up next we're getting into our next set of mirror matchups, Protoss versus Protoss. We're going to be going on a break. When we come back, we'll have Shameless versus UED Soldier. We still have Pappy versus Demi, Jimmy versus Art, and Percival versus Sebestus. So we'll see you soon. We'll see you soon after the break. See you soon.